All right.
We are streaming now. So
It's
it's
Thursday.
Thursday Night
Thursday night
Live.
live.
Is that supposed to be a lag? I think that was a lag.
What's supposed to be a lag?
The little echo of Thursday. Thursday
Oh, I
Night
didn't.
Live.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear it. Oh man, this is going to
No.
be a long night for those who are tuning
You
in
think?
to our
So
live stream.
I usually get a double stack with extra lettuce and no mustard and no onions. But what happens a lot of times is they get that order reversed, and they give me no lettuce and extra mustard and extra onions.
Extra mustard and extra onion.
Let's see if they did it this time.
Okay.
Oh no, we're good. We're okay.
While you're doing that, I want to make sure that we are actually live right now. So we have one of our producers. They are looking at the film to see if we are live on YouTube. And let's see. She's still looking right now. So, if this is your first time to TNL, we want to welcome you. I feel like our set is changing every single week. Last week we were on a canoe or a kayak on a pond fishing, and this week we are virtual.
That's why you should tithe.
That's why we should
keep tithing, and we'll have a good set.
Our budget keeps getting lower and lower and lower, but you have enough budget to eat on the road. Chick-fil-A, fast food.
There's Wendy's.
At Wendy's, there you go. All right, so TNL, for those who don't know, and this is your first time watching, this is episode 15. And TNL is the purpose for us to interact, to get together as a student ministry, even though we are apart. So we are glad that you are joining us, even in this virtual challenge, this virtual world that we're in right now. First, Sam, while you're eating some food, it kind of reminds me of prizes. And so I think we should announce our winners from this past week when we did our scavenger hunt challenge, which is
they found me.
Where's Sam? And I think Sam is still traveling on the road, and we don't know where he is.
Where am I?
So
leave a comment. This is where I am.
Congrats to Megan McCurdy and Will Gaynor and John Hare.
John Hare.
Our faces, Sam's faces, was at the Art Museum, at Raleigh Theater, and our house, the Oxendine Crib, and everyone used the riddles and found the clues.
I'll share some backstory on those places.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, got to the Art Museum. I was originally going to put my face on that statue guy that's laying down in the grass.
I don't know. It's like that statue reminds me of Moana, the island.
Yeah. What's her name?
Tafiti. I don't know.
Tafiti. Right.
But pretty much.
People watching?
Huh?
Are people still watching?
I think so. Our producer says everything is working right now. And I'm checking myself.
So my face was underneath a bench, taped underneath. I felt like a criminal because I was sneaking tape in my face. The second one was even more difficult. It was on NC State's campus. What did you call it? You called it the theater?
Yeah, the Raleigh Theater.
Is that what that is right there?
I think it is. I think it's the Raleigh Theater. I'm pretty sure.
But it was right next to NC State. So, and then of course, last one inside of your grill.
Yeah, and funny story about that. I was actually upstairs, and I had family in town, and all of a sudden there was this kid in the backyard who was looking at the grill and kind of scared my family, which was really funny. So Will, good job, man. So everyone who found Sam's head, at each location. They have 3 different prizes. So Megan McCurdy, she has the first chance to choose a prize, which for us, she's already told us she wants to go to the nail salon. And Will and John, you guys.
Whoa. Nail salon with who?
With Sam and Jarek.
But Jarek's getting his nails done.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. That will be a fun time. And then Will and John, you guys have the choice between lunch with me and Sam or a Frosty with Frosty. And so those are our shout outs to our scavenger hunt winners. Also, I think we should have whoever wants to do another scavenger hunt, but a bigger one. I think you should put in the comments "scav hunt!" for us to try to coordinate and strategize to come up with another one. I think it'd be really fun to get everybody in on it again. So I think it was.
You want to do it? You want to make it bigger?
I want to make it bigger, Sam. I think it would be fun.
This one was tough.
Yeah. Well, we can still do it. I believe in us. We can get more hands, more help. So those are our shout outs to our scavenger hunt winners. We also want to do some more shout outs. So Micah Owens has a birthday today, and he is turning 6. Shout out to you, Micah. Fun fact about Micah, he loves dinosaurs. I don't know if you guys have seen him sporting the dinosaurs on his book bag or on his clothing. So Micah, happy birthday, bro. Sam, you also had a birthday this past week, Tuesday.
That's right.
How old did you turn?
I turned, I think it was 43.
43. I guess 42. I legit was going to make a joke saying that Sam was turning 42.
I wish, man.
Which is pretty good.
It was a fun birthday. I did a lot of fun stuff. Hannah made it really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I went fishing, caught nothing.
Fun birthday.
If you're watching and you have access to a private pond or lake or a boat, and you feel any sympathy to me, and want to help me catch a fish, let me know. But besides that, we had a good day.
Also, we have some other students. So Riker Ferguson, his birthday was yesterday, turning 15. I feel like now we have a bunch of people having birthdays this week. So there's our shout outs to our birthdays right there. And if they want to win, they want to have a birthday present from us. What you guys can do right now, you can take a photo or a screenshot and tag us at Providence SM. Send it to our social media with the hashtag PSM prizes, and we will give you a Chipotle gift card in our book from our book Spotlight. So that's what you'll win. That'll be your birthday present from us if you really, really want it. So, but I think we should go on to our first segment. Your face was freezing for one point, Sam. This is really funny. This is the internet. It's also thundering really bad here, and so I'm curious what will happen. But we're gonna go to our first segment, which is the book Spotlight. Such a lag.
All right.
Yeah, such a lag. Sam, do you have a book spotlight that you want to share with us? I don't know if you are getting this at all. If not, we might have to.
What's up?
Can you hear me? Sam! Guys, we might have lost Sam.
I am.
I can't see you, bro. The internet's going out.
I definitely have the book.
I can't see it on our end.
Yeah,
so
hey, I'm here.
Just explain it.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but I can't see you. It's frozen, so you can just explain the book.
Oh, okay. Can you see this?
Nope.
All right. This is, you can't see it. Okay. Well, I'm holding up C.S. Lewis's The Four Loves.
Oh, I see it. Yes. We see it.
And this book is a great book to read. You can see it?
I can see it.
Okay. Awesome. this book was given to me by my dad a long time ago. Humans are loving creatures, and in the book, C.S. Lewis talks about the different ways that we love, and the ways that we express love to one another and to God, and helps shape how we express our love and what we love. So great book. Jesus said that the greatest commandment is to love God. And so if you're interested in obeying that, this book might help you get there. So that is your book spotlight.
Nice. And that will be your prize if you tag us at Providence SM with a Chipotle gift card. Just want you to know. So we're going to move on to the next segment. This is going to be a lot different because we're not together, so we're not going to do a 6-foot challenge this week, but we are going to do quarantine questions. And on our Instagram, we've actually asked you guys, ask us any questions that you want for me and Sam to go through tonight. And so I'm going to read these questions out. So this is going to be our first one. So Ellie Penton, she asks, what is your favorite word in a different language? Sam, I'll let you go first on that one.
Oh, I'm so glad you let me go first on that one, Jared.
Yes.
Let's see. Favorite word in a different language. I'm going to go with it's going to be a Vietnamese word because I'm half Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with I'm going to try and pronounce it correctly. Gom. Gom means food.
Gom?
And gom.
Gom.
Yeah, kind of. It's like you're saying comb in a weird way.
Gom. Everybody at home, say gom.
Yeah, something like that. Don't mispronounce it, though, because if you mispronounce it, it means a horse's butt. I'm just kidding. It doesn't.
Okay.
But
really bad.
That's the risk. That's the risk you have with a different language.
Horse's butt, food. Stay in between. One mispronunciation wrong.
Not in between the horse's butt, though.
All right.
So that's gom. In Vietnamese. It means food.
I'm gonna say that really the first word that I learned. I had Spanish class and everything, but the first international word that I really loved is really simple. It's Hungarian, which it says kusanom.
God bless you.
Exactly. I just love the sound of that word, and we said it so many times while we were on a mission trip to Hungary. And so
what does it mean?
Kusanom means thank you. So
gotcha.
Really, really, really simple. But at the same time, we would go around and say kusanom, kusanom, kusanom. And so that was my favorite word that I still use.
Fun fact. It's funny you say that you said thank you a lot. In Vietnamese, you say thank you by saying "come on." So "come on" is thank you. But what's interesting is they don't say that there.
Oh.
And so it's such a Western thing to say thank you all the time is they don't say it. It's assumed. And so we kind of outed ourselves by saying it a lot. So anyway, fun fact.
Well, the Hungarians, man, like Szívesen, kusanom, Hojtvag.
They like that.
There are so many words, but kusanom was such a cool word for me. Okay, so that was asked by Ellie Penn. Thank you, Ellie. Next one is by Tyler Green. Tyler Green wants to know how fast can you run a mile? So I'll say probably not now, but I actually did cross country in high school, and my fastest mile was around 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, so my fastest time in cross country for 5K. I have no idea what you just said. But my fastest time for a 5K was 18:30. So it was really cool.
Wow.
But cross country, I went from soccer to cross country for 2 years, then back to soccer my senior year. Doubt that's what I could run now, but that was my fastest mile. So now I'll tell Tyler we can go run a mile with a group, and we'll time ourselves. So we can see that.
I'll run with you.
Okay, how fast could you run it, Sam?
Man, my fastest time ever, I think it was like 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Nothing amazing.
Nice.
Nothing to write.
Yeah.
I think
just loving this. It keeps going in and out, but we heard 7 minutes. That's definitely what we heard.
5K was maybe 28 minutes.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next question, Sam. I heard you a little bit of those, not too full. I heard 7 minutes. So Hudson Self. Hudson asked us a couple more questions. The first question is, Hudson asked, "Is there going to be a season 2 of TNL?" Which I think is an amazing question.
It all comes back to if you're tithing.
The timing.
Tithing.
Tithing.
It's up to you if we have a second season.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. Nah, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
I think we'll have something, happen.
Yeah, I think this has been really fun, and Hudson, Tyler, Ellie, everybody who's tuning in right now, we're so thankful that you are, and we hope this has been fun for you. The 15 episodes. We hope to have some of our students on TNL, so be looking forward to that pretty soon. But this has been fun, even though we've been apart, and so I'm glad we've started TNL, and hopefully, you never know, it might come back around season 2, or we'll keep it going for a short time. So we'll see. But Hudson also asked the next question, Sam. He says, "Can we meet to understand more of First Thessalonians?" So Hudson wants more edification, more details in studying First Thessalonians. Hudson, would love the hunger, man. Would love to meet together to study First Thessalonians more. So that's really cool. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
And following that question, we got another one, Sam. This is actually Sherry Ferguson asked this question, which is really cool.
Whoa, I know her.
Before we go to Sherry Ferguson's question, what has been your favorite part of First Thessalonians? Whether it's been a certain theme or a verse or a specific passage that you remember, just share how it's encouraged you.
Yeah. I think my favorite part has been to see Paul's example of a good pastor. In the beginning, he says that he compares himself to a mother nursing her children, and then to a father with his children. And in a world of harsh leaders and almost blunt people, Paul is the example of Christ, of someone who is like a loving, caring parent. And it's
I feel like now, Sam, we've got a remix going on.
Is very. I like seeing that setting.
So, Sam, we've heard the first part, and we're going to keep moving on. But Paul's example of a nursing mother, I guess you might also include the father, but his example as a pastor caring and shepherding his people. Because the last part sounded like a remix on my end. Can you hear us right now? I don't know. All right, while we get Sam back, I will share my favorite part. Hopefully, he comes back. All right, there you go, Sam. We see you now. I will say I agree with Sam. Of one of my favorite verses was chapter 2, verse 19. What?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, but Paul also said the Thessalonians being their crown, his hope or joy or crown of boasting before the Lord, which was him. So he treasured them. He treasured the Thessalonians. But I really loved in chapter 1 where it talks about the kind of reception, meaning Paul and Silas and Timothy going to the Thessalonians, that it was the word of God that transformed their lives, that they turned to God from idols to serve the living and true God, to wait for his son from heaven, and to believe in Jesus who delivers them from the wrath to come. So the idea that the word
Yeah.
had changed their hearts and that they were living for the Lord, and that was kind of a witness and to the rest of the Thessalonians. I love that part really a lot. So we'll move on
Yeah.
to our next question, Sam, which is our last Ask Me question by Sherry Ferguson. So we're thankful for this. How old were you when you got saved? And I will let you go first on that one.
I don't really remember when I first, made that decision of night and day to trust Christ.
Yeah.
So the short answer is I don't know. I do know that the time that God got a hold of my heart, the season of life was in uh, middle school to early high school was when that change happened somewhere along the way. But yeah.
Yeah. I also am the same. I would say my 10th grade year to junior year is when the Spirit really gave me understanding to my being convicted by sin, broken over my sin, that God was holy. And I had a discipler who walked me through Scripture. The first time I started reading the Bible was with another man named Shane, and really allowed me to see and understand what grace was, what mercy was, the wrath of God, but also the love of God. And I think from that point, that's where I knew that I have been forgiven by God through Jesus Christ. And so that was something that during that year, also seeing actual change in my speech, in purity, in different ways, different areas of my life. So sophomore, junior year, this is when I would say I trusted Christ. So thank you,
Cool.
Shay, for asking those questions. Everybody who asked us questions, thank you for sending them in. Hopefully, we'll do this more often with the quarantine questions, sending more in because I really liked them. So we're going to move on to our last segment, which is the 1 minute message.
1 minute message. That was on purpose. I saw you doing it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So I'm going to start off with a game of hide and seek. When I was younger, I used to love the game of hide and seek. I loved the anticipation and wanting to go hide. My favorite and best hiding spot, which I do not recommend, so do not try this at home. I would get in the dryer when me and my sister would play at the house. But one time my sister turned the dryer on, and that was not a fun spot to be. So, but if you think about the game of hide and seek, I know everybody has their own favorite spots. But you think about a game of hide and seek where you have one person who's counting down, and after they count down, they say this phrase, "Ready or not, here I come." And in the same way, when you think about the chapter 5 of First Thessalonians, once you heard the phrase, "Ready or not, here I come," you knew that the game was about to start and you needed to be prepared. And that's the same mentality that Paul is describing to the Thessalonians, that he's describing this day of the Lord, that Jesus' return is coming as promised, that there's going to be this day and there's going to be the contrast between believers and unbelievers, that these people who live as children of light or children as day, the darkness, as he phrases it. And Paul urges the Thessalonians to encourage one another until that day comes, that Jesus will return. And there's three truths that I wanted people to know from this: that Jesus' return should be expected, Jesus' return should motivate the way we live now, and Jesus' return should establish eternal hope in our hearts. And so when you think about these aspects, think about what Paul is saying in verses 1 through 11 in chapter 5. I hope that tonight as we study 1 Thessalonians 5, that we would have assurance of our salvation in Christ, that we would live and be sober and alert, that we would be awakened to the mission of God and the lostness that is around us. And then we would encourage one another to wait for Jesus' return until he comes back. And so that's the 1 minute message and the big idea for tonight.
Bam.
So right after this, guys, we have Zoom groups starting at 7:30. And then after that, want to announce that junior week, we have Kickstart Monday coming up for our juniors. But we're actually doing something called Junior Week for them. So we're looking forward to that. And other than that, we are TNL signing off. Sam, thanks for joining us on the ride. Can we see what's around you, by the way?
I would love to. Look at that.
Look at that.
Let's see if we can get him to honk his horn. Ready? We're going to try and get him to honk his horn.
Do the little motion.
All right.
How many people at home?
Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't see it. I don't see any coming up here. Hannah, can you give us a little honk?
Go, Hannah, go!
Yeah, we got it.
All right, Sam, y'all drive safe, man.
See ya.
All right, see ya. This is TNL signing off. Bye, guys.